examples of that in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Texas offense will get the first swing of the game. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
They'll run play action. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
And the Longhorns will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. So the Clemson Tigers offense will get the ball for the first time. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front, because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, that can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Guys, let's chat a little bit about Clemson. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there as we get closer to the playoff. That becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. And coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many.
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Takes it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
He finds a dead spot in the middle. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. And the Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man on the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. The Longhorns, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Longhorns are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Here's a heat. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. Never a doubt. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Casey. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium. But sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times they don't stop, Reese, because they keep the tempo and they keep the foot on the gas, and that's what Clemson's kind of built this offense on is tempo, trying to wear you out, and they slip in the run game and the passing game and the running QB and so many things to look at.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Horns up and ready to hook him. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. To the ground to try to move the chains. On the move at the 30. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know they're running the football. It's just a matter of who's getting it and where they're going. But this offense, it really didn't matter. Nice job up front, nice execution, picking up not only the one, making it an even bigger play and getting the first down.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
The closer you get to the end zone, the more you start to bring big bodies on the field, right? The field shrinks. I'm worried about you running the football, particularly up the middle. But how about the offense? Does a nice job tossing the ball on the perimeter, going out there, getting some positive yards, trying to get 7. I ain't settling for no field goal.
Off the play fake on first down.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second, regroup before running this next play.
The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's fourth down. Fourth down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Just a little off. Incomplete.
And interesting, on 3rd and short, man, a lot of time defenses get really, really aggressive, so they try to slip in the screen, but they played it nicely, got pressure on the QB, got him there so fast, kind of disrupted the timing, and won that 3rd down.
Might be changing the route. He's looking to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Leaves it with the back. They throw it in reverse as that's the final play here in the first period. We've reached a break. Clemson has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. The play action fake. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on 1st down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on 2nd down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Quick step and go. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. The Longhorns will call on their punt team. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Looking to scramble. He'll pull it down. He breaks a tackle. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Makes it past the marker. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
And how about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 1st downs. They get that one.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And the extra point is good. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. It's complete to the left. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. And the Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And the Longhorns are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Wide open downfield. Breaks into the open. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Shoots his way for more. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. The Longhorns have this offense rolling. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Oh, they're after him. Complete downfield. Touchdown, Texas! A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Back and forth we go on these last couple of drives, David. Everybody moving. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Clemson ready to go back to work with another 1st down. Quarterback making checks. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open, makes the catch. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to...
Throws toward the end zone. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Buys a little time with his feet. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You got a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Clemson. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, David, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Pressure coming. Hauls it in. Fights off the defender. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. To the air on first down. Got his man quickly. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Gets it out quickly. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Takes the easy one to the back. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for second down. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. From the gun, wants to pass. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
As someone once said, from way downtown, bang, outside of 60 yards.
Now look, you don't see kickers on highlight tapes too often. That 61-yard field goal is going to make every highlight reel in the country. Wow.
What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far from Austin today. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense.
And with that, let's get it back to our fellas at DKR.
They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Looking to fire. Got his man. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Finds the tight end. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 1st and 10, they're down to the 25. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so...
And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. That's some old-school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30. And here comes the offense on second down. Trying play action. Finds his big tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He's got it. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Burnt Orange burning some secondaries, working this guy down the field.
Yeah, and making those big plays down the field. Texas, when you think about great teams, you think about explosive playmakers, making those big plays, keeping those defenses on their heels.
A nice job by the quarterback there, working through his progressions. Nothing open down the field, so he checks it down to his drag route coming from the slot receiver to get the completion.
Handoff to the lone back. Plows through the defense. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Oh, they blocked the kick. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Looking for space. It's Casey. Got the first down and more. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground. He gets north fast.
Makes the catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This has been a staple of the offense at Clemson. Get those big receivers, let them make plays downfield, and it's been very effective over the years.
Yeah, and good quarterback play obviously helps, but when you got good...
Free up the gut. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter.
And he showed you in 2 plays why this defense has been up late at night. Like thinking about how...
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And the punishment has been extended. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they tack on the extra point. It's 35-13. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Texas offense. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Wants to throw on first down. Zings it complete to the right. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Smashes ahead. Touchdown, Longhorns! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Give to the running back. Worked his way out to the 28-yard line, but needed a little bit more yardage. Fourth down is coming. Needing to convert, Clemson comes to the line. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Rushes on him. Still on his feet at the 40. There he goes. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens. He can get outside, can scramble, and can get first downs.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Now the play fake. Fires to the right. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. Let's see if he settles down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really...
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
I tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Complete out of the backfield. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. A first down run in the red zone. Touchdown Tigers! And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. They go to the ground. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5. The Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
On first down from the 13-yard line. They want that clock to run. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. The lead gets bigger here in the fourth quarter, and their run continues, about to go 8-0.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Man, he is hard to wrap up as he gets it to the 32-yard line. The Longhorns come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads it left. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. And the Longhorns started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Makes the grab on the left. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them. They're downhill, not missing many tackles. They've really dominated the run game, and that's why they're winning this football game.
If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Cutting it close now with 3rd and goal upcoming. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Into the end zone. And it's caught. for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense.
Oh, he's got some space. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The Tigers want to crank the tempo. Out of the gun to give to the back. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
But when it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
They're still firing away even with this lead. Lofts one high and deep. Grabs it at the 25-inch stride. They're able to make the stop, but a little extra icing on this winning cake in this one. What a costly mistake by this defense, and that really ought to do it, and the offense should be able to run out the clock. Looking downfield on 1st down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see.